Hey everybody, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to turn an acrylic pour fail into something super awesome. So the very first thing I did was I mixed up my paints with the acrylic pouring medium and the silicone oil, because originally this video was going to be a review of the silicone oil and the pouring medium, but then I messed up the art, so now I'm going to be showing you guys how I fixed the art. So this first section of the video is just going to be me showing the actual acrylic pour part, but if you want to see a better acrylic pour video, I recommend checking out my other acrylic pour video that will either be up before or after this. I will have it linked in the iCard. So now I'm just putting the silicone oil into there. I only put a few drops. I should have put more. But this first acrylic pour is actually the very first acrylic pour I've ever done, so I'm not surprised that it kinda wasn't very good. But now I've learned a lot more, so now my next acrylic pour will probably be better, I hope. So honestly, don't take this as a tutorial because I kind of messed up. I just didn't use enough acrylic pouring medium, and I don't think I used enough silicone oil, and I didn't use enough paint, honestly. That is basically just why I messed this up. So as you can kind of tell here, I definitely did not have enough paint on there, and I didn't put enough pouring medium in there, so that was part of my issue. And then for whatever reason, I thought that blowing on the painting with a straw would help. It did create more cells, I guess, but then it just kind of mixed the paint around, so that definitely wasn't the best idea. I've seen people do it and it turned out great. I think I just didn't put enough silicone oil in there, so yeah, I'd recommend being careful with that. And this is what the painting ended up looking like. Of course, it's not horrible. I still really like some of the spots on it, but it's definitely not good. So my way of fixing it is to just draw some circles on there. I traced all these circles out just using various circular objects that I had around the house. And I specifically put the circles around parts of the pour that I thought looked really cool. And my next step was to just paint the entire canvas black, other than the circles, of course, because those are going to be planets. Basically, you just want to go around all of your circles with black first, just to outline those, because it makes the rest of the painting a lot easier, just to be able to paint the background black, basically. And so now I am done painting around the planets, doing an outline. So now I'm just going to paint the entire background black. Then after that black background was all dried, I just took a bristly brush, like it just has the really thick bristles on it instead of being a regular soft paintbrush, and I dipped it in a little bit of paint. You don't want to put it in too much paint, just a little bit, just to get this look, I guess. I don't really know how to describe it, but I know that Savannah, Trippy Draws, she always does galaxies like this and stuff, and they look really cool, and I kind of had to do this for this painting. Usually I just do, like, I use a sponge and stuff, and like, this isn't how I usually do galaxies, basically. I do a different technique, but because I like have these planets here, I couldn't do the type of galaxy that I usually do. So I tried this out, and everybody else who does these is so much better at it than I am. But this is the first time I've ever done one of these galaxies, so honestly, I feel like it didn't turn out too bad. I still think the painting is super cute, though I wish I could have done the galaxies that I usually do. And then I just used some purple over it. I maybe should have done the purple and then the blue, but honestly I think it looks fine. So yeah, you basically just want to do the same thing with the purple that you did with the blue. And of course with this, you could use any colors you wanted. I just wanted more of like a classic galaxy look, I guess, though it is much more vibrant than galaxies usually are. But I think it is pretty cool. I think it gets the point across. And then the next thing I did was I used a white Jelly Roll gel pen to make the stars. Usually when I do galaxies, I just flick the white paint on there with a paintbrush, but I don't trust myself to do that because I know that I would get stars all over the planets, and I just don't want to do that, so I used a white gel pen. I don't think it looks all that good. Like, if I could change anything, it would be the stars, but I just didn't know what else to do since I just couldn't figure out what else to do, because if I used paint, I would have gotten it all over the planets. So, you know, the next best thing is a gel pen. So that's kind of interesting. I don't think it turned out that bad, though. And lastly, I just Mod Podged the painting. I would recommend using a different type of painting sealant or whatever, like the kind that you spray on there, or even the kind that are usually used for acrylic pours, where it's, I don't know exactly what it is. It kind of reminds me of resin, but it's not resin. It's specifically for acrylic pours, though. I kind of wouldn't recommend using Mod Podge, but if that's all you have, then use it. I think it looks fine. I like using it. Obviously, that's why I use it. I also just don't have any other options for Mod Podge type things, so I guess that's part of it. But anyways, just use some sort of sealant. And here is the final product. I'm honestly so happy with how this turned out. When I originally did the acrylic pour and messed it up, I was super disappointed because I was so excited for the acrylic pour, but then I totally ruined it. But then after I decided to turn that failed acrylic pour into some planets to make it be a little galaxy scene, I'm kind of glad that I failed that acrylic pour because I love this piece, so I'm glad that I was able to make it. I'm glad that I messed up my acrylic pour so that I ended up kind of having to make this, because otherwise it would have been a total fail. Because, you know, I did this to at least attempt to fix it, and I think I fixed it pretty well. So I am super duper happy with that. But anyways, that is it for this video. Make sure to follow me on Instagram to see behind the scenes and sneak peeks of different stuff from my channel. Sometimes when I can't figure out what thumbnail I want to use, like I make a few different thumbnails, I will put a poll on my Instagram stories so you could be part of helping to pick out thumbnails. I honestly ask random stuff on there all the time that has to do with my channel, so if you want to be part of this channel, like in that way, I guess, then make sure to follow me on there. If you make something like this, definitely DM it to me, tag me in it, at me something, because I would love to see it. I really want to see somebody's artwork that they have made inspired by something that I made, because that has not happened yet. And I don't know if it ever will, honestly, but you know, if you make something like this, if you make anything like any of the art that I have on my channel and you want to show it to me, please do, because I really want to see it. I don't know, I just think it'd be cool. Tell me in the comments down below what colors you think I should use for my next acrylic pour video. Other than that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.